Hey, it's H here. Today we're taking a look at technical analysis for HBAR or HEDERA HashGraph. Before getting into the video or the analysis itself, I want to mention that this asset was voted in the Discord to be covered next, so here it is. If you want to vote or have a say for the next asset that I create an analysis for, join the Discord. On this video, I'll cover wave analysis with Elliott Wave Theory and provide multiple scenarios of price may take and explain why I prefer one count over another. Let's take a look at the different possibilities. Starting here on daily time frame, let's take a look at the most obvious one first, which I've labeled here as a five-way structure. I've labeled this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into a wave 1. Substructures can be seen pretty easily here as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 running flat here. This last section here is the most weird, I guess, but again, it is working out pretty okay as 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Nothing too major about that. It definitely can be viewed as 5 waves as I've labeled it, and this would bring us to wave 1. Of course, it could be a wave A of higher time frame as well, but again, overall these are more bullish, so that's why I'm labeling this as a wave 1. So that brings us to the top here at around 58 cents, and then again, like many other like every other crypto, I should say, since September 2021, we've been just crashing down. Again, this has come down more than 90% now, so it definitely qualifies as a wave 2 down here. So whether wave 2 is done or not, we'll see. I got one count here, which is not my primary, but I wanted to get this out of the way before I get into the primary, as it still has some qualities in it. We can take a look at these in logarithmic scale or arithmetic scale. In this one, we would have this as an ABC into W wave. We are missing the one-to-one extension here on arithmetic scale, going to go beyond it on logarithmic scale, which is very typical. Again, we are getting to the targets way earlier on logarithmic scale. Then 3 ways into W, 3 ways into X, and then 3 ways into Y. Then we are getting to X. So overall W, X, and then Y. Now, again, we do not really get a good retracement for the wave W here, which is again one of the reasons why I don't really prefer this count at all. So generally we want to see at least a 38.2 retracement, which is way higher, not even close. Even on logarithmic scale, we are not getting to it, so it is making this count a bit more sus than usual. After this point, we would be looking this as some kind of 5-way move, as I'm going to be presenting on the other account, which is the motive or ABC structure. But this would be only be the wave A. Then we would be looking for wave B and then wave C. If we are looking at higher time frame and zooming out a bit, thinking that this indeed is that arithmetic scale, there we go. And if we are looking this as an A wave here, then we would have to get to B, and C generally takes out the previous wave A lows. The one-to-one extension again obviously is minus 10 cents, so that can't be the case. So either this dies, or this is most likely not the right count. Overall, if we are looking at the volume profile as well, the point of control is still here around 3.4 cents, at which of course, depending on how high this wave B would get to, we could still get to this 0.61, which is again the minimum we want to see for a 3-way move extending off the A wave for the C wave, right? Well, actually, that is wrong. That is completely wrong. This is the higher time frame. That is the wave Y target. Here it is. That goes into the minus. We would need this to retrace quite a bit for this to be valid, even to the golden pocket, and then we would be getting back to 0. Maybe we definitely need to look at this on a logarithmic scale, at least this target here. Sometimes these are, again, just targets. They really can't be anything else. On logarithmic scale, we could be getting this into around the 5 cents area. This would make much more sense. We would get back to this previous area of support and resistance, and again the volume profile would be showing us that as well. But yeah, that is not my main. My main idea is this one, so let's go through that as well. In here we would be looking this as a contracting leading diagonal, 5 waves into A or wave 1. Wave 1 would be obviously very bearish and probably would kill this whole thing completely, but again I'm just going to be labeling as such, most likely anyway ABC. In this one we could be labeling this next part. Let's go to 4 hour to see some structure again. Here I've labeled this as a 1-2. Wave 2 pullback is very small, very insignificant. There's nothing much here. It is definitely very impulsive downwards, and I've labeled this as a 1-2 as I can't really get another wave structure coming down here, which would have this wave 2 a better pullback, right? So a 1-2, a 1-2. So a nested pattern here. And then again, this would be a wave 3, 4, and here is the next part, which I had to be really careful thinking about this, as I could only fit a 5-wave or multi-wave structure in here with a expanding leading diagonal, which is again rare. A 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Either the wave 5 is ending here, or we have this as 5, 3, and 5. This would get us to the new lows that we have actually had here, so this would be only the 3rd wave. So at this point again we would be looking for a wave 4 higher, and then wave 5 to sweep out these lows, and this would be basically the end of the correction, either the end of the correction overall, or we would be looking this as the first leg of the correction coming back and then dumping down again lower. Really can't see this much on arithmetic scale, but yeah, for this we would definitely want to be looking at the logarithmic scale. Now let's check out the local structures here. Again, very sideways, so we could be ignoring Elliott Wave completely and just looking at some kind of volume profile. We can see that most of the structures have been respecting these value area lows here as a support level. Of course, we have had these wicks go well beyond here, even 10% this last week here. That could be the potential wave 5, but yeah, that's that. If however we are using this as a 5-way structure, ending it here, then we have a potential for this as a 3-way structure. Then this would be another A, B, and C. So overall this would be 3, 3, and then 5. At that point again we could be having or looking for that wave 4 up here. It does not really matter. This however is lower than the potential wave 3 end here, so it could make sense that we are starting or ending the count here, as that is the possibility of having this as a zigzag pattern. At that point again we would have this as a ABC, but instead of this being a 5-way structure we would have to have this as an ABC of some sorts, or if this is going to form into a 5-way structure, then we would have 3 ways and 5 ways again. So overall we would have something like this to get us to that wave 4. So those are basically the only options that I see at the moment for HBAR. We can do a follow-up video on HBAR at some point as the wave structures have developed more in here, and especially if we are going to get some kind of pump here for the possible wave 4. Do I think wave 4 could be in? Of course it is possible that we have it already done here. 3 waves. This definitely felt like 5 waves in the middle. So if we want to have the wave 4 in here, it would be very shallow. Wave 2 was already very shallow, so it doesn't have that right distinguishing factors against the wave 2. But again, wave 2 was very minimal, and we can't really compare anything to this mess here. So it is possible that wave 4 is in. At that point I would move the wave 3 here and have this as the wave 4, and then impulse down for the wave 5 to complete it here. But again, we'll see how it turns out. But that is pretty much everything I wanted to share on HBAR today. if you made it this far into the video, I would appreciate the likes and link to my free Discord server in the description below. And for now, I thank you for watching and hope you have an amazing rest of your day. See you in the next video, bye bye.